We're back. Norman Woodstock Spalding, Barebones Broadcasting. The events of this globe right now are not going unnoticed. Uninvented is another word that got brain on wild term junk. It's going to get mentioned. This is not the pathway to progress, and it's never going to get called that. You get itemized right now. I've got a daughter. These events are not going to ever get unnoticed. The place has never been good enough for my daughter, ever. I'm going back over her life. My God, I'm so ashamed. I don't know what happened. From the womb she crawled out. From the sperm I am. I ain't good enough for her mother. Mocked her from the beginning. Mocked the very presence of her. Her mother mocked the presence of her. I told the church, I counseled with the church about her mother having children. I said, she doesn't have maternity. Oh, well, it'll come. It never came. To the day, the mother does not have maternity. None. Never did. Hated the idea of it. Even hated the idea of cramps. When she was a kid, she hated cramps. Hated them. Mocked the whole thing. I don't blame her. I'm not going to blame her. Wouldn't be honest with me. Married a woman, wasn't honest with me. Had children with a woman, wasn't honest with herself or me. Dead. Dumb. Idiot. I wasn't honest with myself. Didn't even know what that meant. I didn't. Didn't know what accurate meant. I had no idea what accurate meant. None. Even though listen, in my mind I did, because it couldn't get to happen. I absolutely understood it. Well, it wasn't getting explained. It wasn't getting clarified in my mind, even though I knew. I wasn't happy with it. They said, you're a perfectionist. No, I just understand accurate. Accused me as a kid of being a perfectionist. My disappointment was for nothing. I had to just let it go. It's never going to get let go. Now that I've been on this planet, with humanity, it's never let go. Just know that. In my family's life, in my life, in this life, right here. Never let go. When the thing gets reminisced by its maker. You think there's a reminiscing by God Almighty here? Well, when that happens, I might embarrass you. I'm planning on embarrassing you. All living. I'm going to embarrass all living. It's my plan. In fact, I shall. There's no gunners to it. It is an event happened. As much as you're breathing right this second, that event was already created just as much. And now that this has gone on, it is evident and inevitable. It shall take place. Get ready. This is noticed. This is inexcusable. This doesn't live up to humanity right now, what's going on in living right now. Every thought in every human's head, not worthy to be here. Get out. My head, your head, all heads. Garbage. Get out! Are you admitting that? That every thought in your head is garbage, always has been, and you're very ashamed for every one of them. The ones you lived up to, the ones you didn't, all of it. All garbage! Are you admitting that? Well, I'll get you to admit it later. Okay? That's the plan. And in fact, it's not a plan, it's lived. I already lived. I just have to stay honest. It's already lived. I just have to stay honest. That's my position. Like me? I don't like me. Even though I hold myself adorable. I failed this life. I failed living. Reason this thing is fighting, I figure, is because I failed. Had I not failed, this thing would not be fighting right now. It couldn't. Because I know better. And I'd make sure everyone understands that. Now I'm tardy. I didn't make sure everyone understands that. I know better. You know better too. Everyone knows better. That's what makes this place great. And nothing getting said. Wow! With everybody knowing better. This is not going unnoticed. Nope. This is not part of the progress. Oh, this is all part of, we all are going to go. Nope. When this gets reminisced, this gets stopped, whew, we take off another direction. Right then and there. This, right now, can never build something wonderful until you deny it. Well, you're not denying it. You're saying, we don't need a floodplain, we don't need topsoil, we don't need that. Well then, whoa, we stop right here. because you're failing a conversation. This is the absence of honesty and generosity. You accept that. It is inexcusable. So you can't come from here and go on unless you admit this is the absence of honesty and generosity, and everyone admits they're out of place and out of time. Right now. Are you doing that? Can you? Or your grant-addicted job. Can you say, I don't belong here. This job doesn't belong here. This position of this company doesn't belong here, and we're a phony. Can you say it? Well, unless you can, you've got a problem. A big one. I said it better in the last recording. I didn't have the clicker. It wasn't on. Think about it. I do need some help. Please help me. I need some technical. And I have someone around now. He thinks it's cute to mock me, so it's time to move on. I know. I'm getting mocked by everyone around now playing stupid and screwing them. They don't care about this broadcast. And I'll tell you right now, I've been edited off of Google. Edited off of Google? Well, then China's right. China don't want Google there. I can see why. China's worried Google will close their mouth and they won't be able to speak openly. That makes sense. Google stay out of China and you edit somebody like Norman. Norman can stay on Google? Well, then you're not good enough for China. No wonder China wants you out of there. You're an editing organization. You're not anything but let it off and let it out. You don't want to overhear things. You're afraid. You remind me of a homeless man can't handle a police officer talking to him. You got a knife? Google going to stab somebody for talking to you? Huh? Yay, China. Google's an inhibited little brat. Afraid of Norman. You got a problem. Google. You don't know how to man your position. You're inhibited.